Hello, I'm Gary Numan, and this is Soundsphere TV.
Okay, Gary, so obviously we're on quite a small venue tour. We're sunny Preston today, 53 degrees. How have the gigs been going? I know you've obviously it's been some intimate venues. So how are you enjoying them?
That's been great, actually. Yeah. The only problem with the small venues is that sometimes stage size is limited, and they'll keep banging into each other quite a bit. I cracked my head on a keyboard once by getting too enthusiastic. I got my guitar stuck up Tim's arse on one gig. That was a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. But apart from minor little things like that.
Yeah, I think you saw some naked bike riders as well.
Oh yeah, that was in Exeter. Yeah. As I heard all this shouting and looked out the window, and there's just dozens of overweight naked people cycling past. That was a weird experience.
I'm not sure that's an average day in Exeter, but yeah, there you go. And obviously, you've got some festivals coming up. You've got Alvest and Soundsphere. Obviously, looking forward to those. They're quite big shows. But also, what are your plans sort of for the rest of the year? I know you were wanting to do some soundtrack stuff. So, what have you got planned? Once this kind of run of shows finishes.
Well, I've done we did a film score called From Inside, which I did December, January, in between tours. So that's done. That was handed in about 2 weeks ago. There's another one on offer. It's a time thing, unfortunately. As an new autobiography book to write. When this is finished, I've got a Jean-Michel Jarre track that I'm working on. I've still got to finish. New album, obviously, to start. Although I'm probably going to start that January. Yeah. We have a bit of break from this. I've got to about another American tour, late October. And then a big show in Hammersmith in November, and that would be the Hammersmith show is kind of the official end of the Splinter campaign. So when that's done, a little bit of time off over Christmas to be with the kids, children again, and then start a new one in January, as I say. I'm also trying to write a novel, which is possibly an over-ambitious project, but I sort of see myself ending my days writing stories rather than making music. As I get older and less able to run around as I am at the minute, but I'm slightly nervous about that, and I've always wanted to do it. I would love to end up writing novels, but I have no idea if I'm really good at it, and I might not be. So I'm a little bit scared to actually commit and finish one.
It's quite scary, but I think you've set yourself in good stead over the years of pushing yourself to do stuff you're not entirely comfortable with.
That's a big one though. That's a big one. I've got a lot of my kind of future ambition tied up in that, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'll ever have the courage to actually finish one. You see, it might just be a hobby forever.
It would be really, it would be good. I mean, what kind of stuff inspires you? I mean, obviously outside of music, whether it's the wonderful landscape that you live in now, which is much sunnier than here in the north. What sort of stuff inspires you outside of music? Is it things like is it literature? Obviously, your family as well have always been a source of inspiration for you.
Yeah, well, to be really honest about it, there's not a lot in music that inspires me. It is more from everywhere. It sounds slightly corny, but you're just driving along, seeing things go past, seeing a weird character, reading about something in a newspaper that happened, meeting someone that was unpleasant or vice versa. Just your kind of everyday experiences and things that you see and hear. Music does play a part, obviously, but not always by listening to a band or an album. It can be a trailer for a film. You've got 30 seconds of absolutely epic music to create an impression. It does create an impression on me, and I'm blown away by a lot of that stuff. Anything really. I guess the weirdest one I can remember ever inspiring me in some way was I was stuck at traffic lights once next to a big truck, and something was wrong with it, and it kept nearly cutting out, and it actually gave it this strange little groove, and it would fire up again, and I recorded it while I was next to it, and I got a song out of that. So these things can come at you from all angles, and books. Oh, whatever. Even my kids, I read my kids' stories each night when they go to bed, and sometimes these little stories have got little messages in them and morals and things like that. And some of it is really quite cool and thought-provoking, and you sort of take that and do
Draw
an
from
adult
that.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really is from anywhere and everything.
Yeah,
You've got to be open to it. I think if you're creative, then the best thing you can be is kind of sponge-like.
Yeah.
To soak everything in around you, and then hopefully, you know, I see it more like little sparks.
Yeah.
You know, little sparks going in, and they ignite your own ideas, and then they explode into something of your own. But without that little spark, it possibly wouldn't have happened. So, your inspiration and so on is very, very important, even to the most creative people. But it's what you do with it that really matters.
It really matters. And you were saying that you, even though you're in this wonderful, lovely place now, it's really sunny, and you have, you go swimming in the pool, you can still find these quite dark inspirations. You know, Here in the Black was you were quite down when you wrote that, and then you've got My Last Day, which was about a friend, wasn't it, who went through a particularly difficult period in life. You know, given that you've dealt with those quite dark things, is there anything? Where do you find that darkness from? Because obviously you do have this wonderful life now where you're able to travel, you're able to do a lot of great things and push yourself in new ways. You know, where are you finding that darkness now? Splinter's done. You know, for the next record, where will you find that kind of those dark places?
I don't know. I just looked at the news.
Yeah.
NBC LA news, and so far there's a man murdered his child by leaving it in the car on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That is a horrible. There's an awful lot of stuff out there going on every day, but I'm not looking for that. You know what I mean? I don't want to write about that sort of stuff, and I won't be. It's just I'm not inspired by environment. So I could be sitting in England in the rain, or I could be in Los Angeles in the sunshine, or pretty much anywhere in the world really, and that in itself won't have any effect. It'll be down to the things I see or read about. But I'm even more selfish than that. It's normally more to do with things that have had a direct impact on my life or the people that I love and those around me. The song you mentioned from Splinter, the My Last Day song, that was somebody I met when I arrived in Los Angeles. That's a friend, became a friend of ours, another parent from the school actually that the children go to, who had this terrible thing. And it wasn't even that I wrote about. It was how, because I'm so self-centered. I thought, well, how would I feel if that was happening to me? What would I miss? And so I turn it into something about me, which is terrible actually. But I do. All these things come in, and then you put your own spin and perspective on it, and how would I deal with that? So that's why with Splinter, it looked essentially back at my diagnosed depression years, 3 or 4 of them. And it just gives you all this stuff to write about, and I appreciate that it's not sunny, and it's not happy stuff. But equally,
You've never written Shiny Happy People. You've never written that kind of record.
No, and not that I've anything against it. It's just that the creative part of my brain, it doesn't respond to that stuff. It doesn't want to write about the stuff. It's not particularly interested in it. It doesn't want to hear it. To be honest, I'm not a fan of happy music. I like stuff that sort of makes you think. And I don't mean make you miserable, because they're worlds apart. But something that makes you think, and just consider is like this other side to things.
Yeah, absolutely.